Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes weekly webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today from our friends at Hunkydory Crafts, I've got a Cherished Christmas collection. We've got a little book, which we love. There's so much you can do with those. We've also got foiled edge-to-edge cardstock, which means it's an all-over pattern with beautiful foiled papers. We've also got a collection here of card toppers and of acetate and of solid paper, a cutting die, Christmas wishes, and you guys, I know you love it, a new crafting magazine, which we're going to take a look at. You guys, all of these things come together to make beautiful cards just like this one my friend Debbie made. She used the magazine as inspiration, so come play with us. Let's take a look at this foiled edge-to-edge cardstock. There's 16 sheets in here. Look at all that beautiful gold foiling. This one is also gold. And you're gonna get repeated patterns, but in different colors. That's a really nice mocha kind of brown, kind of a cocoa brown. This beautiful tapestry print, if you can see this. There we go. Lots of swirls. And that one's a kind of a charcoal color. This is that cocoa color. And this beautiful burgundy in this like tile. There we go, if you look at the top. Here's another one in ivory with that tile. This is all gold foiling. And then we have beautiful blue all over pattern snowflake, matches that one. Let's flip this over. Look at this burgundy plaid, that's gorgeous. Also in gold foiling. This one's sort of like a grid plaid and this beautiful forest green. Here is the coordinating one with the burgundy, and this is that charcoal color with gold. Here's the grid again in red and gold, and then beautiful holly with blue and gold. This one has ornaments with the red. This one has great stripes of patterns. It's got like a ivy stripe and then a snowflake stripe on it. And then you're getting two of these, and am I missing the other one to this one? Huh. Well, did we already see that one?
Right there.
Yeah, blue.
Yeah,
Thank you, Jeanette. All right, so we've got all of those. Beautiful. Now we're going to take a look at a Cherished Christmas little pad. I love this. So you're getting 120 images, 20 different designs, and you get multiple of each. So it's usually like 5 or 6. So let's take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. All right, look at that beautiful Santa and his jaunty sleigh. Beautiful. And the cute little gingerbread. We're going to use that on a card. And then the beautiful scene with the snow and the Christmas tree. I love the windows. Here's another view of the tree with the windows. I love the little borders. A delicious looking gingerbread house. Beautiful, beautiful little bird. Some ornaments, beautiful collection of poinsettia, and then a gorgeous wreath. Once again, loving the borders with the little holly, and beautiful holiday spread of goodies, and then very happy snow people, and a snow globe with beautiful deer. Love the boughs above it. Little Christmas village. Little snowman. That matches the one that had 2 of them together. So I love that when they do that, like a close-up of one, because you could use 2 of these on one project then. And then you've got a snowman. I'm a snowman. Sorry, Santa. Don't take offense. I still want my gifts. And then the little door. Love that beautiful door. Whenever we travel, I love looking at people's front doors and how they're different and how they're painted. And the beautiful borders with that gorgeous deer. Or is that an elk? I think it's an elk. Correct me if I'm wrong, you guys. Beautiful little wreath. And some nutcrackers, and I think we're done. Yep, there we go. All right, now let's take a look at this big kit. What's in here? So you're getting this fantastic cutting die, all right? And this is what it looks like. So it's 2 pieces. So you could have just the outlined Christmas wishes, which is so pretty, or you could back it with the little surround that also comes with that, right? So that is super useful to add to your collection. And then we've got all these lovely card toppers. Let me turn these over. Okay, and then here we go. There's the Santa and the snowman and the deer. And these are gold. Beautiful. There's another. This is just filled with all kinds of great stuff. Now this is Adorable Scorable. There's no foiling on this one. Beautiful. The gorgeous scene. Love the little corner embellishments. Those are great. Okay, now we're getting some that have the foiling on them. This one is great with foiling on each end. I love a double border. Gorgeous little snowflakes. And this beautiful border that is foiled, and the plaid is gorgeous. All right, and then you're getting 2 sheets of acetate. This one is holly, and this one is a stripe with little snowflakes and star shapes. And then these are kind of like liner papers, or they're great lightweight glossy papers, great for matting. So one of each of these, and the snowflake, this is a green stripe, a plaid, and this looks like kind of a swirl botanical print on red. All right, then we've got the magazine. So let's take a look, move all of this out of the way. And before we jump into the magazine, because I'm going to show you in the magazine where Debbie got the inspiration for her card. And I forgot to mention that this card is our giveaway. So you can absolutely, if you participate, win this card. How our giveaway works is, if you're watching us on our Paper Wishes webisode channel, all you have to do is hop on over to YouTube, and at YouTube, our YouTube channel, My Paper Wishes, just like, comment, and be a subscriber to our channel. And then after about a week, we'll reply to one of the viewers' comments. Congratulations, YouTube username blank. So you've got to know your YouTube username. If you're not sure what that is, just go back and look at the comment you left us, and it's labeled with your username. It's also a good idea to hit that notification bell so you know when we're trying to contact you that you've won something. And we do this for every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday videos. You'd have to participate in each one separately, but you only have to subscribe once. All right, so this one in the magazine, we're going to flip way back to where these patterns are, you guys. These templates. And this one Debbie used to make her card. She said it's very helpful to use an like the Adorable Scorable mini scoreboard, okay? And also right here where you're cutting, she just used her paper trimmer to cut in between the lines, but you could use like a straight edge ruler and like a craft knife to do that as well. But it shows you where to score and where to cut. It's really, really nice. It's even got the little symbols here, a little key. And what you're looking for is this T that is labeled on the pages throughout that show you there's a template, okay? So this one, it says page 57, okay? This was their card that they originally did, and then Debbie used that to make a cute little inspiration. All right, so let's take a flip through here to the beginning, because I wanted to jump into that one right away. All right, so you do have card ideas using the Cherished Christmas. So you can jump right in and use what you have in this whole kit. I love it. It's got all the things listed here. It's got some cards where you would need to use like a 6x6 Ink Me card to do some of these, but we're going to show you today how to sort of use the card sizes that you might have. This is a beautiful box using acetate. Beautiful. And then all of these really great ideas. Okay, and then we're going to keep going here. This is the Golden Oldies, which is so fun. It's a different collection. And then other collections that you might have at home, but we always really encourage you to use the shapes that you have at home, and then you can substitute in those things for what they've done here. I think Paulette just did something using this snowman recently. So yeah, you can just flip through. I'm not going to go through the whole magazine because frankly I want you to buy it. And then trying to find, this is a good example of how to use the edge-to-edge cardstock that we have in our Money Saver. So you have plenty of ways to use that. All right, so we're going to return to this. But yeah, you guys definitely participate in our card giveaway. We'd love to give this away to someone. All right, so the next one is one that Debbie created upside down. Here we go. This is a 6.5 by 5-inch card, okay? And Debbie used the acetate here. You can see that right there in the window, right? And then there's layers of that adorable scoreable on the top front here and on the inside. So I'm going to find this one right here and we're going to talk about it. So she used this one to cover her card, okay? And then I could have pulled this out when we were like talking about it, but where is it? We're getting close. Talk amongst yourselves, everybody. Here we go. All right, and then she used this topper right here. So once she's covered this, we need to make room for this circle, all right? So what Debbie did was she took this outer frame right here and she just covered it on the card, or placed it on top of the card, used a pencil and traced around the inside of that frame, okay? And then Debbie took a craft knife and then she just made sort of an X in the center of this adorable scoreable that's covering the card, and then used her tiny scissors and went around and cut around the oval. So she cut this part away. And then she took some of this beautiful acetate, she cut it just a little bit larger than this opening, all right, so that it would just glue right on top of the opening. And then she foam taped this frame over the top of that, all right? So she made a little acetate sandwich, if you will. This is made, this cutting die is cut from beautiful gold cardstock, that metallic, and I believe she used, yes she did, this is glamorous gold, and it comes in a big pack like this, which is great if you need it for Christmas. And then she added on the front of her card these gold corner peel-off stickers. These are very much like Dazzles. They're made by the same manufacturer, Yay in Holland, and we carry them and we think they're fabulous. So they come in this big pack right there on the corners, and then when you flip up with the inside, you've got this kind of raw edge right here, and you can just take some of these little gold thin line Dazzle stickers and just start placing them right here, and you just turn and go all the way around to kind of mask that edge a little bit. That can be a little bit of a raw edge. And then more adorable scoreable right here, and then you're taking the inside part of this frame and adding it right here with more of those corners, and then we've got our cute little greeting right here. So Debbie did an amazing job on this. All right, next. This is really a beautiful card. Look at this one. So this one, Debbie told me she used for the magazine. Page 20 was her inspiration. So I'm going to flip through right here. This was the inspiration for this card, and I want you to take a look at it before I open it. So she decorated the front, which you really don't get to see here. And then on their card, they did a little something different on the front of their card. So Debbie decorated her front like this, and then when you open this up, it goes just like this, okay? Just like that. I did something very similar to this last week. It's a very similar card. My card went like this, as did their card. But Debbie has her card closing like this and decorated the front here. She's got the score right here, which I think is a brilliant way to do it. And frankly, I think it's prettier than this one, okay? So you get the same kind of wow when they open it, but you have this really nice front here. So what she did was she took this beautiful holly, adorable scoreable, covered her card. She's already scored the card first, I should mention. Opened it up and scored it at 2.5 inches and 2.5 inches on each side, okay? And then you kind of fold it to look like a W. And then when you close it, she put a panel here and a panel here, okay? And then added some more of those thin line, gold thin line dazzle stickers. And also some of this border right here and here. She foam taped this, glued, foam taped. And then on the inside, this is a 4-inch square card that's just been cut down from a regular size card. She used some more of that beautiful paper, that holly. She cut down a little book image, and then this one is from the die cut collection. And she just glued those in. Here she cut out additional pieces from another one of the little book images and foam taped it so it was just like one on top of the other image, which is a really nice thing so you can get some dimension. And then she glued that 4-inch card just on this side and this side of the panel. So the center is free to move. And then foam taped, foam taped, foam taped, more jeweled little gold dazzle stickers right here and right here. Isn't that great? She did a fantastic job. We love that. And you could present it like this if you wanted, or of course you can decorate the front and give it like this. All right, this last one, you guys, I got to get my page that I worked on. All right, this one right here with the cute little gingerbreads that are from the little book, okay? I didn't want to, frankly, go to the trouble of doing all the scoring that it took to make this cute little card that uses the foil edged to make this stair-stepped card. So instead, you guys, I cheated, and I wanted to show you my cheat. It's a little bit different, but I think it gives the same results. I took the center step 5 cards and envelopes. They're already die cut. They're ready to go. You take them out of the package. Looks like this. Okay, so you still have the same area to decorate here. You have 1 step instead of 3 steps. That's the difference, okay? So what I did then was here's my finished card. So you tell me, I got pretty close, didn't I? Okay, so it looks a little different right here because you don't see the steps, but it was really, really easy to make. So what I did was I just took the little image from the book, and then I just matted it with some burgundy cardstock, and then it was going to just go right here. But before doing that, I took some of that all over foil and I just cut this into strips. So I glued a strip here and I glued a strip on each side right there. Okay, and then I took 2 more of these pages and then I cut out. But before I cut these guys out, I actually glued them to a little bit of white cardstock so that they were like nice and firm on the sides, okay? And then once I had that glue dried, then I cut them out using my little scissors. As you can see, a nice easy edge to go around, okay? And then first I glued those to the sides of the card, right there. And then I glued this one that was matted right over the top of them. And then from the kit, this little cute little foam taped guy, and then I added the cutting die there. This was so easy to put together. Not that this isn't easy, but if you want to take like a shortcut, I wanted to show you that. There's shortcuts that you can take. Beautiful card. This took very, very few minutes to do. All right, you guys, we have a fantastic money saver on this collection. If you look right up there on the right side of your screen, you'll see the money saver, and all the other items are listed down below the video. So if you just want one thing or the other, You can definitely buy that there and just add it directly into your cart. If you're watching us over on YouTube, just look below the video in the description box and you'll see a link. You'll see a link that'll take you to this Paper Wishes webisode page. Let's see, I think I've told you everything. Don't forget to participate in our giveaway. We would love to send this to one of our viewers. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one.